Your exclusive radio home of the Utah Mammoth is right here on 97.5, the KSL Sports Zone. Now it's time to hear from the head coach of the Mammoth, André Tourigny.
Bear on the program, of course, like he is every week with us on the show. Coach, nice win last night. Way to get the it must feel good to get the homestand started off with that W against Ottawa. What did you like out of your team last night?
I like a lot of stuff, but what I like the most is when push comes to shove in the third period, when the chip were down, I think the guys really buckle up and play a really solid defense. We had the intensity, the focus mentally. I really like the way we played in those situations.
Yeah, and I want to go back to that game in Madison Square Garden the other night because I felt like that was a really good effort by you guys, and there was so much guts in that game, and you guys pulled that one out.
Yeah.
How important was it for you to get that win to cap off that trip before this long 7-game homestand?
I think you got it right. I think that was a key. You know, we came back from a Christmas break and we played really good against Nashville at home, but we didn't find a way to win. So that was a little bit of a chip on our shoulder. And then we go on that trip, played a good game against the Island where we found a way and we regrouped during the game and win the game. And then we lost that game in Jersey. So that was all the difference in the world. You win that game, then you win the road trip. You come back from that road trip with 2-1, and now you're at home for a little while. So that was really important. So I really like the fact at MSG we were down after 2. The guys really came out. We were playing well. We were playing really well, actually. And we needed to find a way to score the big goal. And we did in the third, and we had several chances. And we had a big kill at the end of the game as well to give us a chance to go in the overtime and to win in overtime. So I think that gave us momentum. It was a will win kind of we will our way to that win. So was proud of the guys on that, no doubt.
Coach, the gritty is a way to put it. Every night, if you're playing in the NHL, you got to be gritty. Even in losses, teams are gritty.
Yep.
But this team kind of exhibits that on a nightly basis, just the fight that's in there. Yep. Just even that third goal that you talked about, I was like, oh, well, this is going to get covered up. And just the fight to stay with it that Daniil Boot had to have his second score of the season. I love that type of effort. And that's a guy I know you've talked a lot about, and you believe a lot in number 19. Tell us what he's been bringing over the past few weeks here. He's 17 games into his NHL career, second goal of his career last night, and it was a nice one, and it was needed too.
Yeah, absolutely. It was a key goal. But the thing I will say about Booter, what I really like lately is he got hit hard in a few games in a row. Last night he got hit hard by Clevin in the corner, and he plays hard, so he got hit, and that did not change his game at all. And the reverse, and the same in New York. He went to the net a couple of times, and he got in not a fight, but a little scrum, and that did not faze him at all. The next shift, he kept going at the net and kept driving the net hard. So you saw the same thing a little bit yesterday, where after he got hit, that did not change his game one bit, and he scored that goal, that gritty goal around the net where he dig in. So that's cool to see the fight in him like that. He's a good player, like I often say. He has a good IQ. He does a lot of good things on the ice. He knows the positioning. He understands the game. He wants to do good. He's coachable. So there's a lot of good in it. And obviously, his size and skill are obvious, but I think the kid, the person, he's great as well. It's fun to work with, and he had that edge and that grit. So that's really, really, really good to have him on our side.
I know nicknames are a big deal in an NHL locker room. I heard you call Daniil Booter. I know his teammates call him Cheeks. Which nickname is better, Coach?
Oh, Cheeks he's a legend. That's best. That's best. I think that's great. I like it. But, I think we have a great locker room, and the boys, they love each other, and you can feel the camaraderie between the boys. So I think having a teammate like that, I think it's good for young players. They feel they're a part of it early. They feel they belong. So that's really cool.
Being Russian, did someone have to explain to him what that meant?
Well, I'm sure. Well, I'm sure he figured it out quick. If so, somebody explain him for sure. But I'm pretty sure you knew.
Coach, coming home, obviously the expectation in the NHL is you got to win more at home than you, and then you go out on the road and splitting those games is kind of the goal. And being at home has not been something you guys have been able to do a lot of so far this year. How nice is it going to be 10 out of the next 14 before the Olympic break to get those games at home and under your belt, and how crucial are those, and how big of a deal is it to have your crowd on your side at those home games?
Oh, I think that having the crowd on our side is a big deal. I say one thing. I thought we had to win every game. I didn't know I had a mulligan on the road. I'm joking, but they're all important. You know, if you want to. If you want to achieve your goal, you need to win on a consistent basis. And the momentum in the NHL is real. Something is real. So you need to take advantage of your sequence. You're playing good as a team. And I think right now we're playing good. We have an opportunity to be back home in front of our fans. Would that give us an extra boost every night? So I think there's an opportunity there, but we need to stay focused, stay even keel. We won 2 games in a row. It's not like it's something we can get ahead of ourselves with that. We're happy. We're playing good. But tomorrow it's another big game. It's a division game. St. Louis is a tough opponent. They play stingy defense, so that will be important for us to play with a lot of pace offensively like we did yesterday, and be as well really hard defensively. So there's a lot of hockey to be played. Well, we're playing good right now, and we're really happy to be on.
You know, the best teams in any sport are player-led teams, and, you know, a coach can go out there and you get fiery and do his thing in his speeches, but it means more when it comes from a player. And after that Jersey game, which was disappointing, Sean Durzi got in front of the media and talked about the inconsistency and how it needed to change, and he made some comments that I think were bold, and I think you saw a difference in the team in that game against the Rangers, but specifically you saw a difference in Sean Durzi. Not only did he get up in front of a mic and talk the talk, but he walked the walk on the ice in the next game. How important is that for you to have a guy like Sean Durzi step up in a moment like that that's crucial and show leadership like that?
I always say the best coaching is coming from the player all the time. I think that is where you get the commitment. You know, you always talk about culture. Coach arrives somewhere, he wants to establish a culture. When do you know you have a right culture? And when it's the player who protect and set the standard. When the player said, hey, that's how we do it here, nobody can go against that. The coach, the coach we can preach, that's fine. But when the player take charge, take ownership, and they set the standard, now you're heading somewhere. So it can be from Durs, or it can be from Sergei or Coldy or Kels and all those guys. I think that is where it carries a lot of weight, way more weight than anybody else outside the trenches. I think the general can say whatever he wants, but when you're in the trenches and the bullets are flying everywhere, the guys you need to trust is the guys beside you. He's the guy who's in the trenches with you. So you need to, those are the guys you need to rely on when the tough time happens.
Veggie so far this year, 25th in save percentage in the league, and that's a guy who doesn't like that type of a number being in that sub-90 spot, but he's playing his best hockey right now that we've seen out of him all year. What has changed in the past couple of weeks for Veggie?
Well, there's a few things. I think, in our team, we don't give a lot of shots. Last night we gave above 30, but it's not every night. So the margin of error for our goalie is not super high. We're one of the team who blocked shots in the league and stuff like that. So for the goalie, the numbers doesn't mean everything. I think for me, what's important is, does the goalie give you a chance to win? Does he give, when the game is on the line, when you need the save, when you need the big PK, when you talk about MSG, we took a penalty at the end of the game. Now it's 2-2, but you need to make a few saves, and he did make those saves. So whatever the number says after the game, at key moments, you could rely on him. He was there for the team. He was there for you, and those are the save who are the most important. So I think he's he's been good. I think he's even better lately.
Wanted to get your reaction to the news that we received yesterday that the 2027 Winter Classic is coming to Rice-Eccles Stadium here in Salt Lake City. What impact does it have for a franchise, especially a young franchise like the Mammoth, to host an event of this magnitude?
I think it's huge because it gives credibility. It showed the league think highly of your program, of your ownership, of the state of Utah, and they believe in us, putting us a great show who will showcase the league. So it's a commitment from the league, and it's a belief from the league of Utah is the right place to do that kind of a show. So I think it means a lot to me.
The outdoor game is kind of interesting. I know that the players will say, "Oh, it's awesome, it's great," and it is an awesome promotional piece. But like from a coaching standpoint and from like the being outside, is that like, oh man, this goes back to feeling like when we were kids again, and just that vibe, or is it one of those things you're like, all right, we just have to do this thing, we have to do the outdoor game, all right, just get ready for it. I know the ice isn't going to be perfect.
No.
Or how much of it, like, do these players love doing this type of thing?
I think it's 82 games during the season, and now we'll have 81 of those games and one Winter Classic, one outdoor game. I think it's a unique experience. I think it's great. It remind us good souvenir, and it give us the opportunity to be a part of something really, really special with our organization, with our fans, with our teammates. So I see that as an unbelievable opportunity. I think I know a lot of guys or player or coach who have been in those, and they have way more souvenir than any other game has been played on the January 4th of 2019 or whatever it is. So I think it will be awesome.
André Tourigny, head coach of the Utah Mammoth, nice enough to join us as he is every week, and it's just been really fun to kind of keep up to date with you, Coach, and wish you the best of luck here as you guys get going. You're staying at home for the next 6, and then you'll hit the road for another 4, and then you'll come back again for another 3 games before the Olympic break. Yep. It's tomorrow you're taking on the Blues, and then you have the Blue Jackets on Sunday. So we're looking forward to it. Good luck, and thanks for being with us, Coach.
Thank you, guys. Have a good one.
Thanks,
Coach.
for
having me.
Coach André Tourigny.